We need a bullhorn for outside. Yeah, or like a cowbell thing. We could get one of those too. Or you know what we could do is just we won't tell anyone we're starting, and then it'll just be the three of you in here right now. And there's only 3 prizes, so done deal. Do 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 do. 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, that's better. All right. 1. Sorry, Dan. There's more than 3 of you now. Now you're not going to win. That's true. I could rig it. Right. That wouldn't be different than any other. Never mind. I won't say it. All right, if you're just coming in, scan that QR code with your phone to participate. Oh, that one that's not there. Hang on. That one. That's what? I don't remember. They all blend together. Oh, there's Alan. You gonna? Don't throw your phone, man. You gonna win? TCF. The crazy flyer. If you're just joining, scan the QR code. You might have to come up a little bit. Should ask you to put your name in. Is this thing working? Let's see here. Dave. Dave. Get the rest of them. Close the doors. Get the rest of them. Tell them that, oh, someone missing some kind of a, look back, look in the very back. He's holding up a little thermos thing. Anyone missing that? Anyone? Anyone? There we go. Found a home. Did you get everybody?
I said 5 minutes.
All right. Well, send Greg.
What?
I said send Greg. Where's Denny? There he is. All right, Denny. Come on up. We're going to get started with you.
Okay. The rest of them got they got the hint.
Well, this was working a second ago. Oh, are these batteries dead already? Stand by. New batteries. I gotta get, well, I gotta just stop putting the batteries back that are dead. There you go.
Are you ready? I'm Denny Breslin. I have the Redbird Full Motion Simulator at Gillespie Field. Shane gave me just a few minutes to talk about what's new there. Too many flying clubs have a full motion simulator. How many are familiar with what a Redbird is? I mean, there's several kinds. There's the desktops, which I think are just mediocre at best. And then there's the full motion, which are very good. I bought this for the college aviation program at San Diego Christian, and I moved over to Plus One a couple of years ago. But here's what I want to talk about tonight. How many are IFR students or pilots? Okay. How many ever had a problem with ATC Communications learning to get your ratings? Nobody. Okay, good for you. How many of you ever heard of Pilot Edge? Okay. How many of you ever used it? Do you like it? Is it interesting? Will they yell at you if you make a mistake, if you pass your clearance limit, if you don't follow the taxi line and you don't do what you're supposed to do? Yeah, they do. SoCal, LA. So, for those of you who don't know, I moved the Redbird to a new location closer to Plus One in January, and I made $20,000 worth of upgrades in the CPU and the screens. Brand new room, really nice accommodations. But also, there's a couple of things that are very interesting and useful to the Redbird. One of them is called GIF, Guided Independent Flight Training. You probably never heard of that. And then the other one is Pilot Edge. It's installed and it works. And I have my engineer, Joel Perez, who's a rocket scientist, if you don't know that. And he's helping me get this integrated into Pilot Edge. Pilot Edge is not a very communicative organization. Their issue is that each one of their people have a subscription. They log in and log off their personal computers at home. When you have a corporate computer like this that may be available up to 2,800 pilots, you need a way to log in and log off your account. They're very reluctant to do that for some reason. But we've got a way to do it, at least initially. So Pilot Edge is ATC communications for simulators. Could you change the slide? And it's installed and working. Joel's used it quite a bit. I have a subscription and it works for me. So I got 22,000 hours. I'm a retired airline pilot. I know how all this stuff works. Maybe some of you want to get there. So what Pilot Edge does, it takes Los Angeles Center and all that area west of the Continental Divide, and it puts it in their air traffic controller. So if you want to fly out of any airport, whether it's towered or untowered, you can file a flight plan or not file a flight plan, but you have to start on a ramp and get clearance with the proper frequency for ADAs, call ground control, you get clearance to taxi, you have to get clearance to take off. If you're going to file IFR, you have to file IFR, get your clearance, and then you got to fly that route. You can ask for route clearances and changes and approaches, and just like any other simulator, you can fly the full approaches here in San Diego County or anywhere else, including the published missed approach, which you cannot do in real life. But these controllers will yell at you just like real life if you make a mistake, just like real life. And so, next slide, please. So there's a subscription to it. It's $20 a month, but there's a 5-hour free trial. It's not active yet because we want to figure out a way to log in and log out. Meanwhile, we'll probably have a training session, which is very important because if you make a mistake, if you're not following the procedures, if you don't file the flight plan, if you don't follow their rules, they'll kick us all off. And that's the last thing I want. So here's, when you look at the training program, there's videos on their website, and there's a whole lot of stuff there. But I would ask you to click on that. Just do a Google search on Pilot Edge and just kind of play with it just a little bit. Next slide, Shane. This is an example of guided independent flight training. If you're a flight instructor or a student pilot trying to reach a rating, a PPL or an IR rating, GIFT is guided independent. So what that means is there are 33, next slide please. There are 33 private pilot modules. These are all accepted by GLIME and ASA and Jeppesen and all the companies that have syllabi for training. So all 33 maneuvers that you would be responsible for on an FAA check ride are there. And what it is it's a system where you sign up for an account, which is free on Redbird, which then allows you to debrief any of your flights. It's like an electronic logbook that integrates with ForeFlight and with Cloud Ahoy, which is a debriefing program. And so it describes the maneuver, it shows you a video of the maneuver, and then it says, now do the maneuver. Then it gives you a grade based on ACS standards. If I'm a flight instructor, I can judge you based on subjective what I see. Pilot Edge, GIFT on the other hand, is like an AI snitch. It'll tell you exactly indicated air, what your target is for airspeed, for altitude, for bank, and any deviation from them detract from the score. So ultimately, you may have. Next slide, please. These are the instrument modules. I'm going to go back to this in just a second. So slow flight, it's got some maneuvers, but it also has your RNAVs and your LNAVs and your ILSs, and then you'll fly those approaches, and it'll tell you how much did you deviate them, would you pass that maneuver. Next slide. So here's an example of a normal landing in Bellingham, Washington. And so it's going to show you all the things that, after you fly the maneuver, next slide, it's going to be a score here. So this is a normal landing. It meets ACS standards, good for it. But for altitude, airspeed, at the second gate, the third gate, and the final gate, altitude, airspeed, and other things that could be scored. And each one of them has an individual score. And ultimately it says, you would have gotten a 97%. So your landings are pretty good. But let's say you're doing S-turns across a road or turns about a point, and you get an 85. If you're coming up for a check ride, don't you want a 95? Or work on it a little bit more, maybe get a 97. So that's all the objective stuff based on ACS standards. And then if you have a flight instructor flying with you in the simulator, he will tell you his subjective view. Well, your scan is slow, or I can see that your ball's not in the center. You're not flying in coordinated flight. So next slide. So on the next slide, that may be it. So these are just two things I wanted to bring to your attention. Pilot Edge is available, but I need to train people to use it. Just like I train you if you want to learn how to fly the Redbird, it's about a 2.5 to 3 hour checkout. Why? Because you have to learn how to do the box, how to run the machine, and then how to run the navigator, which runs all the programs so that you can change scenarios, you can change system failures, you can change weather from clear, beautiful VFR day down to 100 and a quarter or 200.5. And I'm telling you, if those of you haven't, how many of you have used the Redbird? Okay, so if a few of you know what I'm talking about. And have you done it in the instrument rating mode? When you're flying approaches and you start squeezing that weather down, if you don't have those needles centered, you're not going to land. You're not going to see the approach light. The other thing is that if you want to do this on the Plus One Flyers website, not Schedule Master, but on the Plus One Flyers website, under fleets, under simulators, it's a Redbird simulator at Gillespie Field. Read that information. It'll tell you how to do the checkout. I'm happy to do it. And I think you find, first of all, number one, it's a lot of fun to do. And it's number two, it's challenging. And if you introduce ATC comms and clearances, it's challenging. And it'll put you to the test. All right, thanks, Shane. Any questions? What, Pilot Edge or the simulator? Simulator's $80 an hour, which is about half the price of an airplane. The other thing I will tell you is that in the Redbird syllabus, if you use it for IR and PPL, PPL, for example, uses 11 hours in the simulator and 40 hours, which is your minimum for PPL rating. And what's the average for PPL? 65 plus or minus some hours before you get your private pilot rating. These guys are closer to 40. Yeah, it's 11 hours of sim time at half the price of an airplane, and you can only substitute 2.5 of those hours for the rating, according to FARs. But number one, you're going to finish the rating faster, you're going to be better trained because of repetition, and it'll be a lot cheaper because you're not paying under $50 an hour versus $80 an hour. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
What kind of planes do you have? Like one plane, or you can change them over?
Each one of the acrylic switch panels, it could be any number of airplanes. I have 172S. So it's 180 horsepower, fuel injected. So the only thing is a lot of club planes are carbureted with carburetor heat. This is fuel injected, so it's a little bit different than some. So I have to say, do checklists doing the simulator and make sure that your muscle memory does take advantage of the carburation. I used to have a multi-engine, but it wasn't being used. So I had that switch panel with their $6,000 each. So I have to be a little bit careful how about I spend my money. Also, I tell you guys, be careful. Somebody scratched that panel at $6,000. Not that it cost me to change the switch panel, but I can repair that. Just be careful with this, like all other expensive equipment. Joel, did you have a question?
I just wanted to say that, Pilot Edge, if you sign up, for the 5 hours, you can use it on Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, at home, and then you can also get credit if you do it on the Redbird.
Yeah, so Pilot Edge is not limited to the Redbird. You can use it at home.
But it's really useful to get yelled at on the ground since it's in the air.
Ron? Shut up.
Yes. No. Yes, you can. All right, welcome everybody. If you haven't already, well, I guess first things first. Any first timers here? Any first timers? No first timers. Well, just in general, to any of these meetings ever. Excellent. Do you know who I am? Even better. That's perfect. We'll keep it that way. I'm Shane Terpstra, Director of Safety for the club. So now you put a name to the face, etc. Scan this QR code. I could say other things, but anyway, scan this QR code. That will allow you to participate in the quiz. Here's how it's going to work. We have 3 prizes. We have one of a couple cool backpacks for the first prize winner. You get to pick which one you want. We have the second prize winner will get to pick a shirt, and the third place winner gets to pick a cool hat, club hat. And the fourth place winner gets to clean up. So the quiz, every question, I'll read off the questions. They're 30 seconds each. You're going to need to be looking at your phone. This is probably the quietest meeting that we have because everybody stares at their phones the whole time. That is okay. The question will come up on your phone as soon as we present it, and you'll have 30 seconds to answer the question. They're all multiple choice questions. Some of them, probably 3 or 4 of them, have visuals that you'll need to see. And every 10 questions, you'll see who's in the lead. So, has everyone had a chance to get set up? Travis is ready. Who's what? Trent's daddy. Wow. Wow, we have some, all right, VIPs on here. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so this is a combination. There is VFR, IFR, some aviation history, regulations, systems, and some club operations stuff. That's an interesting one. All right. Does anyone need more time to get scanned? Does anyone have a flip phone? That was for Gus. Rest in peace. All right, here we go with the first one. See? There it goes. What does the PWINO mean in this METAR? PWINO, right there.
Quick, Google it.
Well, that's probably what some people are doing. You better hurry. You got 30 people out of 54 answered. Previous wind not operational. Pressure with increased negative emission. I made that one up, so that's pretty cool. Precipitation, identifier, information not available. That is correct. It should show up. There's a delay. All right, for those, before we go to the next one, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. You got to be paying attention, and if you need Wi-Fi, if there's a little bit of a delay, the Wi-Fi password is up here for the conference, SANCY 2024 for the Marriott conference. All right, I'm going to do one more kind of sort of slow, and then we're going to speed it up a bit. Ready? Here we go. What is the direction of air movement within a low pressure system in the northern hemisphere? Jason Andrews would be proud if you get this one right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 16, 24, 26, 31, 36. 15. Okay, 12 of you. Wow. Okay. That's that answer kind of runs the gamut. Survey says inwards, upwards, counterclockwise. All right. Anyone have any technical issues here? There's a few of them. I'm not going to stop on all of them, but there's a few that I'll stop and explain some of the stuff as it relates to the club. Okay, here we go. We're going to speed it up. Best angle of climb, Vx, is based on what? Excess power, thrust, airspeed, or modulated interference gravity? All right. All right. This is pretty good. Excess thrust. All right. Any instructors in here that want to admit they got that wrong? No, I'm not gonna call you out. All right. If you see the letters DR overlaid on your own ship icon with a Garmin GTN, what's happening? This is a fun one. Wow. Okay. All right. So for the 28% of you, nicely done. I actually made the rest of them up, so good job. Designated route, yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. This one, this is the first one with an image. Perfect. What does the dashed line above the L indicate? Why is it not? All right, well, you guys have the answers, it sounds like, because it looks like... all right, this thing is pissing me off. Ooh, this was pretty good. All right. Have any of you taken Jason Andrews' weather course? Okay, the rest of you need to take it then. It's a good course, I understand. I wouldn't know. He won't let me. The minimum required Hobbs time for a 72-hour reservation is what? All right, now your brain has to go back and forth with the club operational stuff. 72 hours. If you want me to do the math for you, that's 3 days. 3 days. SANCY2024. Well, it says all caps, but I didn't use all caps. All right, so we got 1 hour, so we have, what, 10%, so 5 of you said something else. Okay, this is one that I will stop on for half a second here. Every 24-hour, if you're a new member, you know this because we spend a bunch of time on this in the meeting. For every 3 hours or greater, that's where it starts. It starts at 3 hours. You must put at least 1 hour in the Hobbs. That is not waivable at all for any reason with the exception of maintenance. So what that means is if you're going to cancel, then cancel before the 3rd hour so you don't get charged. All right, that's what that means. Greater than 72 hours, the owners get an email. They'll let you know if they need to work out any reservation or maintenance issues. But it's 1 hour per 24-hour period, and it starts at the 3rd hour mark. I'll answer questions at the end if you have any. Okay, an anti-balance or anti-servo tab, such as that on a Piper Cherokee, operates by moving what? Or I guess that would be how. Survey says, wow, this is another one. Hopefully their mouse is in the right spot. Yep. Wow, 20%. Anti-servo moves in the same direction. Oh, that's right. Wait a second. No comment. All right. The father of aerial navigation is?
There you go. I'm picking me just because I can. Damn it.
Yeah, there we go. Well, you're not the only one. Oh, maybe you are. Nope.
I get at least one. Me.
Oh, this is a good one. All right, lock in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyone French here? Oh, you would have probably gotten it. Here we go. Etienne. Wow, everybody says Orville right. All right. Moving right along. Well, no, shit, I didn't even write that. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. That was my bad. Which of the following is an aircraft owner able to perform? Changing tires, bulbs and landing lights, bulbs and nav lights, cleaning and gap the plugs. All or none of the above. Can't believe I didn't read that last one.
Is that your final answer?
You can phone a friend if you'd like. Well done, everybody. Yep. There's some information about that if you want to know that just came out in somewhat recently in a legal interpretation. All right, here we go. One more and we'll see who's in the lead. At minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit, flying at 2,000 feet indicated your true altitude would be what? Come on, quick calculations. True. True. Yeah, sure. I don't care what you do to get the answer. Hey Siri, at 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Nobody's just, you got a 25% chance of getting it right, so. That's pretty impressive. All right, here comes the answer for you, 1620. Look at that. All right. Who do we have on front? Oh, Jesse, wow. John H. Oh, man. All right, here we go. See if Jesse can keep the lead. What type of antenna is this? You look so calm, Jesse. Look at the bottom of your airplane. There's a lot more antennas there. Wow. Yeah. All right. Let's see who got it. There it goes. Yeah. Not an ADF. All right. Which of the following are considered precision approaches? This one has a few more options. Just because. Which of the following are considered precision approaches, Mr. Beatty? Which of the hey, you can answer that yourself. Oh, that's pretty close. Is that done? Yeah, it's done. Okay. Yeah, it's down. You can't see it. It's down at the bottom, but PAR and ILS, those are the only precision approaches in here. And yes, per ICAO. You didn't see it. You got to scroll. The following emergency equipment is required for a flight direct from Montgomery to Avalon. Well, I mean, it just means you're not going to win. You're going to walk out of here a loser. The following emergency equipment is required for a direct flight from Montgomery to Avalon. Just read the question. You can assume that you're in a club airplane because it's a club event and all. Another common one that gets missed, we have people that ask us if we rent out life preservers. We do not, but you're welcome to buy your own, not required. You are a private pilot with an instrument rating looking to add high performance. When can you start logging PIC in a high performance aircraft? Read the question. Sure, you can select none of the above. All right, I will say, as this comes to a close, there are some questions that they haven't come up yet, but they do have multiple answers. You can select multiple answers on those. Wow, 36%. No one said the last two. Absolutely, you can start logging as soon as you start training. If you haven't done that, go fix your book. Exactly right. Who was the first air traffic controller? Don't give away the answers. This isn't all that hard if you pay attention to anything in aviation. All right, what do we have? Wow, that's a little bit surprising. Yeah, they have the Archie League Awards every single year. All right, here we go. For this METAR, good luck. What is the 6005? So right there, 60005. What does that mean? Not really. Oh, man. You have like ChatGPT open the other window or something, Jesse? Uh-huh. All right. Oh, wow, that totally changed in the last few seconds, yeah. 0.05 inches precipitation the previous 6 hours. You can read through the METAR decoder pin, or decoder ring. What is the name of the first aircraft to fly faster than Mach 2? Where's Eric? Oh, there you are. You and Jesse are duking it out here. North American X-15 survey says, oh, well done. Good job, guys. VS, speed, is defined as what? All right, here we go. What did everybody say? Wow. Yeah, read the question. There's no 1 or there's no 0. Stalling speed or minimum steady flight speed at which the airplane is controllable. Does that work? Ah, there we go. This photo is of which aircraft component? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, for any of you A&Ps, I'm sure you know this. So Alan, I'm going to just disqualify you now for this. This is a dual magneto, single drive magneto, which we do have on some of our airplanes. So I don't know that they're most right now. With the H2, no, they aren't. No way. It's not most of them. H2AD engine only. No, I would agree with Chase on this one. You are a private pilot with no instrument rating. You were asked to act as the safety pilot for your private instrument rated pilot. That is out of currency. He will be getting current in VFR weather. When can you log PIC time? That was a lot. All right, did it end? Yeah, it ended. Okay, so for anyone that answered the entire flight, I'll go ahead and delete the recording so the FAA doesn't get it. When my IFR rated buddy is under the hood. All right, what do we got? Nobody. Huh. Jesse, what happened? Jesse, and I'm assuming that's Chase. Oh, it's neck and neck. Well, it's... I have absolutely, hey, don't ask me. Nobody. Nobody is winning. All right, here we go. You are on an I-5 flight plan and had to divert to your alternate airport. Prior to beginning the precision approach, what must the weather be at the alternate airport? What happened? Just hit refresh. Exactly. All right, what do we got? The minimums for their approach, 800. Wow, look at all of you guys. No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. We have no requirements under Part 91. Is it smart? No, but that wasn't the question. Oh, this sucks. Questions suck, man. The maximum elevation figure, the 6 and the 9, shown in the photo guarantees what terrain separation? What terrain separation is guaranteed? There. I can't see the options, so. $3,000 feet, or maybe 4. All right, VFR chart, you are guaranteed, wow. No terrain separation whatsoever. That is not what you are guaranteed. There is no guarantee. And it would have been closest to probably 100 to 200 feet. All right, you are a private pilot, and your good friend asks if you can ferry his airplane in North Dakota where he spends his winters. Which of the following ways to conduct this flight would be considered legal? So remember, you can select multiples if you so choose. Chase, what's the smoke coming out of your ears? Yeah, it was actually a little bit faster, but people are fast at Googling stuff, so I got to make it somewhat quick. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, if you selected both, well done. Okay, so your friend pays, so this one I'm going to stop for just a half a second because we've had this issue in the club. What was that called? Blackbird. Your friend pays just for the expenses to ferry the aircraft, and you do not log the flight time. So just if you have not heard it before, the FAA considers flight time or logging flight time to be compensation. You pay for the expenses to ferry the aircraft, and you log the flight time. So that's basically you paying for the whole thing, so you can do that. What? Sure. You get half a backpack, too. These symbols indicate what? Not sure what those things say either. Little squiggly lines on top of a flagpole. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Let's see. Ouch. Smoke, you were going to go with that one. Okay. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Which of the following statement or statements regarding the WAS is or are incorrect? Incorrect. I want to know who nobody is. All right, let's see what we got. And there it goes. Good job. Yes. All right, so if you answered any of the other two, there are lots of instructors in here that will be happy to take your money. If you are an instructor, we'll move on. You are getting ready to start 80906, which is a Cessna 172 with our Garmin G3X. Prior to start, you reference the manifold pressure gauge, which of the following is the likely correct indication of this gauge. Yeah, before we start. You're getting ready to start it. Haven't started it yet. You're still trying to figure out where the fuel pump is. No, you're getting ready to start it. Of course, you would turn the master on. You can't see anything. Come on. Killing me, Smalls. All right. Once again, there are plenty of CFIs available for your choosing. 2998 should be ambient pressure. That just happened in that, actually in the other airplane. No, actually it was in that airplane. And I think that was the indication, 16.5. Who was the first woman to break the sound barrier? There's like a 33% chance of getting this correct. All right. Well done. Almost a gimme. Which of the following flights can that? Which of the following flights? Wow, that was terrible. That can be logged as cross-country flights. This was like a midnight sentence here. Which of the following flights? No, it's in the club. It's in the club, for God's sake. No, it doesn't. Absolutely does not. No, it does not. If you are trying to use it for, you're right. Well, you can want in one hand and you know what to do with the other. Yeah. Every single one of those flights can be logged as cross country. Every single one. Check the regulation 61.1. You're welcome to fact check me. Good luck. No. You arrive at your Cessna 182. No, not right now. At the end. And notice the manifold pressure gauge is placarded as in-op. Which of the following statements are most correct? We can do that at the end if you'd like. Are you hangry? Do you need a hug? Okay. All right. Are most correct. Wow, that's actually, how'd that happen? No, that's actually totally wrong. Not much I can do about that. So Jason was supposed to check some of these too. There's a couple questions in here that were written, I'm telling you, at midnight. But no, manifold pressure is not required for this aircraft. Wow, that was stupid. All right, well, for most of you, you got a free one. Sorry, everybody. That's one, okay? If it's one that I missed. Man, who was the first person to fly a plane over the North Pole? Dang it. I had that in there and I changed it. Yeah. Had that in there. All right, so we get to see the leaderboard here. I'd like to know who the who nobody is. Wiley Post. Well done. Except no. I don't even know who that guy is. So 40, 50, 60, 70. Who said Jason Andrews? Yeah. Well done, Eric. Wait a second. I don't even know what's happening over there. Ann and the. Josh, don't call it a comeback. I'm sorry, man. I swear that's got to be the only one. I looked at them like 3 times. The stoichiometric value for peak EGT is what? That's good, but he actually didn't come up with this one. Yeah, he didn't come up with this one. He was in my heart when I thought about it, though. Greg, don't give away the answer. Yep, 14.7 pounds of air for each pound of fuel. Oh, more than half, yeah, good job. The aircraft has a GTN 750 Navcom. Your destination airport only has an RNAV approach, and an alternate airport is required. Which of the following statements about your alternate airport is correct? Oh, that's another good one. What could go wrong? Yes, you are. The guys that said that you don't need anything special are correct. It is a WAS GPS. You don't have any special requirements for WAS. For you instrument students out there, hopefully you got that right. You receive a gift card on your birthday for a flight. The only information in your gift card is the engine model, HIO-360-F1AD. What can you expect for your flight? Fun. I guess it depends on who's flying. All right, let's see. How do we do? Wow, that's impressive. I did not think that many people would get that. HIO, that is a helicopter engine. Yeah. It does. It actually, yeah, basically. You were flying in 5150 Delta before the engine went out, GTN 652 G5s Montgomery to Riverside. You plan to fly the ILS approach into Riverside. Which of the following are required? You can select multiples if you so choose. Oh, yeah, right, because there's only one. Thank you. Well, good. That's why there's the all of the above, right? Of course. Wow. All right. Who are the 20%? Good job. Yep. Oh, yeah. I know. Nobody believes me. No VOR check. It's not required. You're not using VORs. Define sublimation. No comment. Sublimation. Wow, another impressive one. Good job. Yep, process of turning I'll get there. The process of a solid turning into a gas without passing through the liquid phase. The other one, going the other way, is deposition. Thank Jason for that one. What model aircraft is that? Well, of course it's Russian. That's why all the answers are in Russian. And yes, this one you can thank Jason for, because I had no idea on this one. This was news to me too. This is a ground effect only vehicle. Nicely done. 30% of you got it right. The Chronoplan. Demi can tell us how it's pronounced. Which VOR is CZI? Is that because you're losing?
No, it's because they don't know.
At least you're honest. Sure, guess, whatever, 25%, why not? This is a good one. No, I did not name this. I don't know who did. Crazy Woman VOR, and in fact, it is near Casper. Go look it up. Well, even a blind squirrel, you know. Which of the following are hydraulic components on a Cessna 172RG? Quick on the draw there, Greg. Jesse's still Googling it. This one's actually pretty impressive. Process of elimination. Yep, every one of those. What does this symbol indicate, the one in the black right there? That little star-looking thing. I think you can change it. I asked this one on the last. I asked last one on the last. All right, let's see. How do we do? 40-some% of you? Rock outcroppings. That is correct. Yeah. I made up the rest too. What do we got here? 39. Okay. We're on the home stretch. There's only 6 more questions. There's no more leaderboard. What does pulsating white on a P-VASI indicate? Well, certainly not everyone, because 42 people answered. I don't know what to tell you, Greg. Sorry. Above glide path. All right. 41. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? No. And not carrying a coconut either. Just unladen swallow. There is a correct answer. Somebody looked this up before. If you don't get the reference, ask your parents. 24% of you. Oh, good job. Don't worry, there's not that many of those. All right, 3 more questions. The point where water boils at body temperature is referred to as the what? Yes, the white powder line. Yeah. I believe that's actually in Oceanside. I'm assuming. Could be wrong about that. I don't know what you're talking about, Jason. You just guessed? Are you just guessing now? Tropospheric conduction line. I think I made that one up. The Boyles line, I definitely made that one up. Nobody guessed the white powder line. Wow. Crazy. The white zone was for what originally? And once again, if you don't get the reference, ask your parents. Well done. Well done. All right, the last 2 are legit questions. This is it. All right, I'm going to, there we go. Pause for just a second. If you didn't get it right, you have to go watch Airplane. That's your homework. All right, make sure everybody's phone works. 2 more questions, especially for you guys that are in the lead for the and, was it the and Ann? How many Eric Andersons are there out there? Okay, ready? Here we go. Last 2. When should an aircraft remain clear of an ILS critical area when the control tower has closed? Ooh. This one's going to be close. 9% of you. Well, sure. That's why it's in the AM and not the FARs. All right, here it is. Hardest question of the night. What is the maximum travel from center for a Cessna 172 nose gear? 172 nose gear. And if you need to, maybe you can select more than one, just in case. Well, some of you have read the POH. Okay, here we go. 10 degrees and 30 degrees, depending on whether you use the brakes. Brakes are 30. I know. Yeah. I said you can select more than one. Brakes and without brakes. All right, who's Ann? Who's Ann Eric Anderson? Okay, who's Chase Terpstra Eby? Is that person not here? Seriously? Someone online? One? Wow. Okay. And Jesse. Jesse, you came back. All right. Let's see. Yeah, the maximum. Who was number 2? Were you really? No, seriously. All right, guys, come on up and get your prize. If you No, not me. I'm not surprised. No, not at all. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Dave and myself, and I don't know about Greg, we'll probably hang around if you have any questions. Or if you have any questions that you'd like answered in the group, I'm happy to do that. We got about 5 minutes left. Anyone? Okay. Thanks for coming. Come get your prizes, guys.